Here's something that screams commitment: the SOL Bursary. The SOL Bursary is our annual initiative fueling educational pursuit and continuous learning for growth. We are investing in our non-graduate level staff in a way that helps them to continue their academic programs while earning a living. Are you a graduate? Don't worry, we will walk with you in your professional journey. To qualify, spend at least a year with SOL, share your achievements, and get that supervisor's nod of approval. It's simple. We want you to grow. A portion of tuition to help you fulfill your career and professional dreams. SOL Bursary, where educational dreams meet unwavering support. In commemoration of this year's International Women's Day, SOL Media shines the light on 3 exceptional women who have ascended to the pinnacles of their industries. First on our journey is Mrs. Fiona Ayunye, FCS, a trailblazer in investment banking industry.
Women have been excluded for so long that we've actually kind of gotten used to it, and it just kind of comes out in every sector where it's predominantly male-dominated.
Biola Adekoya, FCS, a shining light with almost 2 decades of expertise in the financial services industry.
The role of women in the workplace cannot be underestimated. Women bring a certain distinct, unique quality, and they drive excellence in any role that they're given.
Mrs. Elizabeth A.B., FCS, a pioneer in the dynamic world of finance and corporate leadership.
I started work as a youth corper with Chase Merchant Bank of old, working in the corporate finance department. And we were always involved in taking corporates to the capital market for listing. And then we get to the stock exchange and they will tell me that I cannot be a broker. My question is why? Because they are not admitting ladies as stockbrokers.
In the financial services industry, it does appear to be that there are not enough women as represented as there are men, especially in the executive and senior management levels.
It's actually very hard breaking into that industry. I recall the very first time I went to the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. There is this very senior doyen. He comes in and my booth or my table is right at the entrance and he goes, "Gentlemen, look at this beautiful lady. Is she not beautiful?" I mean, for them, all they saw was a beautiful young girl on the floor versus a professional who was trying to form a career in stockbroking.
But one of the things I realized that I needed to work on is really with networking. At the executive management level, it's something that women don't do enough of. We just assume that our skills are going to take us there.
A lot of people believe that the men are the first hand to go to when there is an opening and there is an opportunity.
All these stereotypes that women, can't do this, can't do that. Women are distraction.
So I think those stereotypes need to be taken out and enable women to take on more roles in the workplace.
When you exclude a woman across various levels in any workplace, what you have done is you have minimized the opportunity for that business to succeed.
The diversity that women bring into the workplace is something that men do not have. When in the workplace you're analyzing a situation or you're looking at a project, men look at, the hardcore numbers, logic and everything. But a woman always comes with a sixth sense.
Women are in the forefront of life, and if you exclude them, then that means that a large percentage of your life is being excluded.
At Strategic Outsourcing Limited, we passionately embrace the power of diversity
they would always consider the men first. Now, what can, when we talk of empowering, sorry, I can't say the top of mind. Anyway, empowering women in the workplace is crucial. And why do we say this? It promotes gender equality and social justice. It says social justice. What do we mean by that? Any ideas, anybody? I know everybody has an idea, but just try, somebody. It promotes gender equality and social justice. If you think of social, think of your society, justice. It basically means you want to have fair access to what we've been talking about, fair access to resources. If a woman wants to be the local government chairman, she should have fair a chance to get there. If a woman wants to be a lecturer, she should have a fair chance of getting there. Okay, her gender shouldn't matter. Also, it drives organizational success by harnessing diverse perspectives, talents, and skills. I look around in this room now, there's so many women here, and I'm sure each one of you bring something at least to strategic outsourcing limited. So you can imagine not having all of us here. And being women, we will bring our own perspectives, our own unique talents into the organization. So they do need us. Also, it promotes breaking down barriers. Empowerment promotes breaking down barriers, offering equal opportunities for growth and fostering inclusive environments. It helps to unlock the full potential of women. It helps, I'm going to have to repeat that, it helps to unlock the full potential of women. So that means we have a lot in us. And you need to believe that. You need to know that. You need to hold on to that. So when you are now empowered, it's already there. Empowerment just helps to unlock the full potential of the woman, which results in enhanced innovation, improved workplace culture, and sustainable economic growth that benefits both businesses and the society at large. How can an organization empower women in the workplace? So we're here in SOL, and we have expectations from the organization. We want them to promote inclusive hiring practices. I'm sure when you were in the recruiting stage, nobody said to you, oh, because you're female, you won't earn this amount. It's the guys that will earn that amount. In Strategic Outsourcing Limited, you know how it works. It's the role that carries the pay, not the gender. The organization can provide mentorship opportunities, maintain transparent pay policies, diversify positions of leadership, and provide leadership development. As you can see, our HR is a woman. We have a couple more women in the leadership roles in SOL. Also, organizations can help by promoting support networks and affinity groups. These are groups that, as we are here, we can actually come together, maybe say quarterly, to share experiences. How have you been coping? What issues have you had? What has been the stumbling blocks for you? That's affinity groups. It's not a union to raise against the organization. It's just a safe place where you can be open and tell us your experiences. Also, organizations can help nursing mothers, for an example, with flexible working hours. Women are not asking to work less hours. Women are not asking to do less. We're just asking to to do what we need to do when it's most convenient, especially when we have to do what is most natural to us women bearing children. So it's not going to be a hindrance. It's just like we're just going to rearrange working hours. Another way an organization can help a woman become empowered is implementing fair and inclusive policies. We have very rich, very rich policies in SOL, and I can tell you that they're fair and they're inclusive. There isn't anywhere in any of our policies where gender is mentioned. It's the role. Your job description is your job description for this role. It has nothing to do with your if you're working somewhere, you can imagine we're here Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We spend most of our the hours in the week here. Yes, you go home, but you go home, you sleep. But most of your waking hours, you're actually here. So you need an environment that you will feel safe in and that you feel open, such as our SOL where we're working at the moment. And then organizations can also encourage the men in the workplace to support women. I noticed a lot of them have been very jealous of our international celebration today, but I know deep down, they are happy for us and they are willing to support us. Women in the workplace. Before I go to this slide, I want to ask, because I just don't want to keep talking, I want to ask, what are those things that you find are stumbling blocks for you? That if you speak up now, we just might have the solution to it. If you are online, you can put a comment in the chat. We'll pick it up. Anyone, it could be anything. Don't think it's trivial or silly or necessary. What may seem trivial to one person may be a huge issue to another. So is there anyone, or am I to assume everyone is perfectly happy here, no stumbling blocks? Nothing that you find that is holding you back or that you think is holding you back? Yeah? No one? Oh, that's impressive. Should I still hold on a bit? This is a time we can speak up. Today is our day. Anything you say today, you're saying it, you have the right to say it, and you have a right for somebody to find a solution to whatever it is. It is international.
I think if I'm to comment on that, maybe one thing women don't like speaking about often enough is balancing domestic obligations with work obligations and the kind of support that women can benefit, where that is put into consideration with the things they have to do at work.
Okay.
I don't know, is there anybody that aligns with me in that regard?
Or should we assume you are coping 101% juggling? I know women can multitask, but again, we are human. So is there anything to add on to what HR has just mentioned?
I'm here as a woman to do
Because it's our time today to address what we find are stumbling blocks, or maybe stumbling block is a harsh word, or just little things, hindrances that we could do without. Okay, I know you're thinking about it. Is there anything in the chat? Because if it's not interactive, then I'm not sure I'm getting across. I'm not sure I'm getting you to that point where you're beginning to think and feel safe enough to say what you're thinking and where you want to be. The next slide to understand better what I mean. So we're grateful that SOL has provided an enabling environment for us. Because it is an enabling environment because we get the training, you get to shadow people. I know people move roles, which is a good thing because you've learned one role, you've learned that you can do the job description for a particular role. Within a few years, they're allowing you to go into another role. In a sense, that is growth. Even if some people feel it's a horizontal move, it is still growth because now you have experience in two different areas. Now, with all this enabling environment that SOL has provided, is it just going to happen by magic for us women to move from role A to role B to role C until we get to the highest role? No, there's a lot we have to do ourselves. First and foremost, self-awareness. You need to know yourself. Who are you? Who am I? Where do I want to get to in 5 years? What do I enjoy doing? Where do I see myself? How do I see myself, my career progressing? It's like a vision. You see, every organization has a vision. Without that vision, you're going nowhere. So without that self-awareness of who you are, where you want to be, how you think you can get there, you need to start thinking. Yes, you're in an enabling environment, but if you don't start thinking and start doing something about it, you're not going to enjoy the benefits of being in an enabling environment. Another way you can harness the environment you're in is to become a lifelong learner. Have that attitude. Yes, you studied you went to university or polytechnic, or even you haven't even been there, but what you know is this is what I know. Don't box yourself into that role. Be a lifelong learner. Keep learning, adding to your skills. Especially if you know, first, since you've cleared the self-awareness, you know where you want to go to. You know, you research and find out, what do I need to do? What are the things I need to know? What skills do I need to acquire to get to this my desired role? You need to start learning. You need to start researching. Now, a lot of women, well, don't let me say a lot of women, a lot of people generally, both men and women, they will find that what they know is what they know, their area of expertise. Excuse me. However, you need to widen your horizon and your scope of knowledge. You need to know things going on in the government, in politics, in sports. You never know where a knowledge can help you move from point A to point B. And it would even help you when you are sitting and you are discussing with somebody. You could be in an interview. Okay. I've been told we need to take a couple of minutes break they need to fix the audio. Sorry about that.
Here's something that screams commitment: the SOL Bursary. The SOL Bursary is our annual initiative fueling educational pursuit and continuous learning for growth. We are investing in our non-graduate level staff in a way that helps them to continue their academic programs while earning a living. Are you a graduate? Don't worry. We will walk with you in your professional journey. To qualify, spend at least a year with SOL, share your achievements, and get that supervisor's nod of approval. It's simple. We want you to grow. A portion of tuition to help you fulfill your career and professional dreams. SOL Bursary, where educational dreams meet unwavering support. commemoration of this year's International Women's Day, SOL Media shines the light on 3 exceptional women who have ascended to the pinnacles of their industries. First on our journey is Mrs. Fiona Ahimye, FCS, a trailblazer in investment banking industry.
Women have been excluded for so long that we've actually kind of gotten used to it, and it just kind of comes out in every sector where it's predominantly male-dominated.
Biola Adekoya, FCS, a shining light with almost 2 decades of expertise in the financial services industry.
The role of women in the workplace cannot be underestimated. Women bring a certain distinct, unique quality, and they drive excellence in any role that they're given.
Mrs. Elizabeth A.B., FCS, a pioneer in the dynamic world of finance and corporate leadership.
I started work as a youth corper with Chase Merchant Bank of Old, working in the corporate finance department. And we were always involved in taking corporates to the capital market for listing. And then we get to the stock exchange and they will tell me that I cannot be a broker. My question is why? Because they are not admitting ladies as stockbrokers.
In the financial services industry, it does appear to be that there are not enough women as represented as there are men, especially in the executive and senior management levels.
It's actually very hard breaking into that industry. I recall the very first time I went to the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. There is this very senior doyen. He comes in and my booth or my table is right at the entrance and he goes, "Gentlemen, look at this beautiful lady. Is she not beautiful?" I mean, for them, all they saw was a beautiful young girl on the floor versus a professional who was trying to form a career in stockbroking.
But one of the things I realized that I needed to work on is really with networking at the executive management level. It's something that women don't do enough of. We just assume that our skills are going to take us there.
A lot of people believe that the men are the first hand to go to when there is an opening and there is an opportunity.
All these stereotypes that women, can't do this, can't do that. Women are distraction.
So I think those stereotypes need to be taken out and enable women to take on more roles in the workplace.
When you exclude a woman across various levels in any workplace, what you have done is you have minimized the opportunity for that business to succeed.
The diversity that women bring into the workplace is something that men do not have. When in the workplace you're analyzing a situation or you're looking at a project, men look at, the hardcore numbers, logic and everything. But a woman always comes with a sixth sense.
Women are in the forefront of life, and if you exclude them, then that means that a large percentage of your life is being excluded.
At Strategic Outsourcing Limited, we passionately embrace the power of diversity and inclusivity. This International Women's Day, we declare, give her seed and be ready for a harvest. She is strong, she is productive, and she has capacity to deliver. So, she must be included.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day, everyone.
Enjoy yourselves, and we are all in for a treat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that very, very warm welcome. I wish you all again happy International Women's Day. It's our day, and we're going to enjoy ourselves today. Today being International Women's Day, we're going to be talking about empowering women in the workplace. Empowering women in the workplace. And of course, you are all women, and we've all met here in the workplace, so it's going to be definitely relevant to our lives. empowerment is a word that a lot of people use. We use it often. Empowerment. What does it really mean? Empowerment is the act of giving someone more power, more control. Which says to me that you already have the power in you. You already have that control. It's in there. You just need a way to let it come out and for you to start to use it. So empowerment will give you more power and more control. Empowering employees is giving the employees the autonomy to assume a more active and responsible role. So yes, you have your job description and all of that. But when you are empowered, you are more active and more responsible with your role. Empowerment can be said to be synonymous with trust, accountability, independence, reliability. I repeat that one in particular, reliability, and participation. Women's empowerment is when a woman has the power to exercise her rights and be a full and equal member of the society or an organization such as SOL, which we're in. So empowering women is not an add-on to development. That okay, development is going on. We can add women. It's an option. No, it's the core. Empowering women is the core of development for families, for organizations, and nations. At this point, I'm going to ask that very last point I just made. Empowering women not being an add-on, but being the core, actual core of development for families, organizations, and nations. Who can tell us what they understand that statement to mean? We want this session to be interactive because it is about all of us. We're all women, and we all know what we feel, where we want to be, what we like to say. So who can please explain that last point? Empowering women is not an add-on to development, but it's at the core of development for families, organizations, and nation. Anyone? Okay. Thank you, Rachel.
So, what I understand by that is because I believe women are naturally nurturers.
Yes.
And if you have the nurturers, okay, for you to be a nurturer and you're in family and you're doing well as a nurturer, imagine empowering that nurturer. She goes beyond and above expectations. And having nurturers in your organizations or in the nation at large itself contributes to shaping the nation and the culture and the nation at large.
Yes, thank you so much. What she's saying, thank you. Yes, she does deserve a round of applause because she really drove the point home. She really drove the point home. A nurturer, a mother, you know how it's usually the mothers that will do the corrections because they're usually around the child the most, or more than the partners or grandmas. So I would say the most. So if you now have a natural, somebody that nurtures naturally, you can imagine that person in the workforce, how that person will nurture, especially as a leader, nurture the team members to ensure that there is growth. Because what's in nurturing a child? You want to make sure that that child is potty trained when the child is meant to be potty trained. You want to make sure the child has got everything, or he or she has got everything required before they start nursery. Because some nursery schools will tell you until they can do A, B, C, D, you can't drop them off. The mother nurtures all of that. And while she's nurturing, she's cooking, she's taking care, she's thinking of the future. Next week we need to go shopping. They're multitasking. So if you have that sort of being in an organization, I think it's a plus, like we said, not only to the families, not only to the organizations, but even to the nation as a whole. So we are very important people, women. We're really important. Now, when we talk about women in the workplace, yes, we're all here, but it's simply getting women into the workplace is not enough on its own. So to reap the workplace culture benefits of gender diversity, organizations need to empower female employees to reach their potential. What do we mean by this? They need to be inclusive. We need to look into equality as well as diversity in the workplace. And this is the practice or policy of providing equal access to opportunities and resources for people who might otherwise be excluded, e.g. women. I mean, there are other people as well, but we're talking about women today. Now, empowering women in the workplace is crucial. Why do we say this is crucial? It's crucial because it promotes gender equality and social justice. All these things are positive things. It drives organizational success by harnessing diverse perspectives, talents, and skills. I've just mentioned how a mother would nurture the child, plan ahead, do the finances for the family. This is how much we need, and this is when we need it. That's project management on it. It's naturally going on there, you know. So if you have that sort of being in an organization, it's like just falling naturally and perfectly into different roles. It also, empowering women also helps to break down barriers. It offers equal opportunities for growth and fostering inclusive environments. Then this point is really, really, really key. It helps to unlock the full potential of women. I need to hammer a bit on this. We have what we need in us. We just need an enabling environment. We need support here and there. And we need to also help ourselves to unlock this potential in us, and we'll unlock it fully. By doing this, it will result in enhanced innovation. You can imagine if you're in your element, you're at your best, ideas will come. If you feel, oh, I have enough resources, you know, I've been given these opportunities, you will sit down and, you know, think deep. Ideas will come. You have an improved workplace culture and sustainable economic growth that benefits not only just the business, the society at large. Now, how can an organization empower women in the workplace? So most women would like, you know, a lot of things going on, like they would like an organization to promote inclusive hiring practices, which happens here in SOL. I was saying that when we all went through the recruitment process, there was not a time where in the recruitment process our gender mattered. It was the role. You have a job description for your role, not because you're a woman or man. A company that provides mentorship opportunities, you know, if you're interested in, say for example, you decide, oh, you're in HR, but you would like to dabble into accounting, I'm sure SOL will provide that mentorship opportunity. Maintain transparent, the company needs to maintain transparent pay policies, which SOL does. Diversified positions of leadership. You can see HR, we have women in leadership in SOL, and then SOL also provides leadership development. There's so much training going on. Training, all those training that happens in SOL is not just for the fun of it. We're meant to learn from it. Company that promotes or supports networks and activity groups. I was saying, if, as we are, we're almost 30, well, more than 30, I think, in this room, you know, and there are people online as well, we can decide, okay, let's form let's have a meeting quarterly to just share experiences. It's very important to share experiences because sometimes you're experiencing something and you think, oh, it's only peculiar to me. But guess what? Most likely 70% of the women, or sometimes men, but we're focusing on the women today, 70% of the employees are experiencing the same thing. So there's power in sharing. You know, that knowledge that, oh, okay, I'm not even just alone. There are other people. Already you begin to feel better. Now, what do we need? We need to find a way to move from this stumbling block and find a way to make, to overcome it and find a solution to it. And that's what the affinity groups will be there for. Companies that offer flexible working hours to nursing mothers. Nursing mothers, women in general, they're not asking to work less hours. They're not asking to produce less quality work. However, nature has bestowed upon us the duty for many of us to nurture younger ones. It's the mother that needs to go into the labor room. Unfortunately, nobody else can do it for her. She's the one that needs to breastfeed the child. She's the one that would do, yes, she will get help from her partner or family members, but the role of a mother is so key. However, a mother that works needs that sort of support, a flexible working hour. If you need to take a couple of hours or 3 hours or half a day to take your children for immunization, I'm sure the company will not say no, it's not possible, So you have that kind of support. They are in an enabling environment. A company that implements fair and inclusive policies, ensuring that no one is being relegated. A company that provides a safe environment that you can openly share your views. It will be an enabling environment for any woman, for anyone, but especially for women. And an organization that encourages the men in the workplace to support the women. And I know the men here, even though they've been coming across as being very jealous today, that that nobody's thinking about them, but they know that we deserve this support and that we need this support, and I'm sure they're always willing to give it. Now, you are in an enabling environment. Hooray to that. What are we doing about this enabling environment? Remember, when HR was talking earlier on, she said, yes, we're going to be talking about what the organization can do for us to help us to be better. However, with all this enabling environment that the organization has provided, if the woman herself, the individual herself, is not aware of who she is, where she wants to be, how she wants to be there. You can want to be somewhere, but how do I want to be there? I want to be there as a team leader. I just don't want to change from HR to accounting. When I get to accounting, I want to be a chartered accountant. I want to be a leader in accounting, So you must know what you want, and you must stay focused. You must have that attitude of a lifelong learner. A lot of people, I've heard so many people, both men and women, say, I've done my share of studying. No, you can study till you drop, till you're in your 90s, as long as you have the ability to read, you have the cognitive sense to carry on. Why not? It is fun learning. It's nice to know about other things. Especially, it's very important that you need to know this, to have the knowledge, to acquire the knowledge and skills that needs to get you to your next point. Like you need a promotion. To influence your promotion, you need to be a lifelong learner. You need to be a researcher. Just don't, I'm in HR and that is it. No. What's happening in media? what's happening in accounting, what's happening in the sports world, what's happening in politics. That, all this knowledge that you acquire, it adds to who you are. It makes you a better person. It makes you more, a better candidate for leadership. Because as a leader, you can't just say, oh, all I know is HR and that is it. Then you have a narrow scope of knowledge. You need to broaden your horizon and scope of knowledge. Then volunteerism. Yes, I know we all feel, oh, I have enough on my plate. I have enough on my plate. In fact, I have not even finished the task in front of me. However, it's all about prioritizing. Now, if something happens, if there's a demand for a task to be done, and there seems to be no one to do it, and it happens to be in an area where you are eyeing for promotion, I would, in spite of your workload, I would think about it and say, okay, you know what? Let me volunteer to do this role. Because once you volunteer to do that role, it means you have experience doing that task. And that experience can get you from point A to point B. It is very, very important. That is why, even though we were striving to have a work-life balance, we will still need to get to that next level. You will still need to go through a bit of discomfort. You can't stay in your comfort zone forever. And then you need to build confidence, contributing at meetings. When you are in a meeting, in a training or discussions, you don't know who is watching. You don't know who is looking out or who will be impressed with what you have to say. And I can bet you have a lot to say. You just need that to bring it out. Once you start to communicate and contribute at meetings, naturally your managers will start to see you as, okay, this person has the passion, has got knowledge, and for the fact that you are communicating, it shows that you are interested. And that's what a company needs. A company does not need someone that's just, okay, yeah, okay, you want to do that? No. You need to, it's a teamwork. A group of people can't just be the only ones thinking. They want everyone to think. Even the person that just got employed yesterday, they want them to contribute. You will have some experiences. You didn't just drop from heaven. You've gone through things have happened. Or ask questions, even if you don't have anything to contribute. Ask questions. Show that you are interested. If you don't show that you have interest, if in future somebody comes and says, oh, we're looking for somebody in this role, who in your team can we pick? They're not going to pick you because you've never shown interest. You've never contributed. You've never asked. So they're going to say, oh no, that person probably will let us down if I pick her. Okay. Again, highlight accomplishments. Guys, ladies, I will refrain from using the word guys just for the purpose of this session. Ladies, let us communicate the roles we've worked in. If you are opportuned to be in a discussion, maybe with the MD, maybe with the manager or anyone, let them know, oh, I did this on this project. This was my contribution and this was what I did and how I did it. If you do not sell yourself, nobody's going to sell you. So yes, you're in an enabling environment, but nobody knows what you're worth. You need to come out. You need to sell yourself. You need to communicate roles played in projects, in innovations, or maybe there was a time there was a serious, difficult decision-making process that you were involved in. Find a way to draw attention to yourself and let them know, oh, this is how I worked in that. Networking, again, let managers know of new skills acquired that will fit into desired roles. So maybe on my personal time, I've gone to take a course. I've spent my own money to take this course. So nobody knows in the company that Omolara is able to do ABC. If I do not let the right people know, nothing is going to happen. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to improve from, where I'm at. Then reliability. Remember earlier when I was talking about synonyms of empowerment, reliability was one of the synonyms. Reliability, reliability, reliability. We need to consistently deliver in our role. It's no good, and we cannot use that excuse of, oh, I had to, my child, my this, no. If there's an issue with the family, there are channels where you can explain, oh, this is what I'm going through now, so that these things will not count against you. So if they know Omolara is going through some family issues, I'm sure there'll be other people in the team that can cover up for you. However, if there are no issues, you need to keep consistently delivering in your role. If you don't deliver and they're looking for that person to recommend, oh, we've created a new division, we need somebody to head it, or we need somebody that man this new team, they're not going to come for you because you haven't been delivering. So you must consistently deliver. Even if it takes a bit longer, like I said, if there are issues, there are channels, you talk about these issues and they know, oh, the reason it's taking Omolara 6 weeks to deliver this project is because of what she's going through. Ordinarily, it should take maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks. But at the end of the day, I still delivered in spite of what I was going through. And that is what counts. So please, let's take all these things in. No excuses in life. We need to prove ourselves. Now, I want to share, this is a friend of mine. I like to share her experience so that it could encourage you. About 12 years ago, she was she's a vet doctor. She went to University of UCH, in College of Medicine, Ibadan, to study vet medicine. She got married, had 4 children. She didn't quite plan to have the 4. The 3rd came out as twins, so they had 4 children. And she was running her small-sized vet clinic, which was bringing in money. And the reason she had that, she became an entrepreneur and wanted to run her own clinic was so that she could have a balanced, work life and family life, especially because the children were still young. But tragedy struck. After a few years, she lost her husband, and she was left with 4 children. And that's the story of many women in our societies. Many women. So she was left with these 4. Yes, she's a vet doctor. So good thing, she's skilled, she's educated, good. However, she was running a small-sized vet clinic. How much is that going to come in? Before there were 2 earners in the family. And the reason she took that route was because she could do school runs. If they called her in, the child had headache, she would be free to go, But now she had to make more serious decisions for herself and for her 4 children, because now the husband had passed. So she had to take on employment, and she took on employment with the Lagos state government. So because she needed a more stable income. Without a stable income, you can't really plan, You can't plan. So she needed to do that, and she did that. And then while she was there, guess what she did? She put her best foot forward at work every time. I'm not saying sometimes, I'm saying every time. Taking courses to influence promotion at work and volunteering to do challenging tasks. This volunteering issue, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. If you are one of such people that, oh, it's not my role, oh, it's not in my JD, you're not going to move far. I'm sorry, but you're not going to move far. If you want to move quickly and in the right direction, you need to, yes, make sure you do everything in your duty. And if the organization needs help in somebody, it may not, it won't be for a year, it will probably be for perhaps 2-3 weeks. But if somebody can come out of their comfort zone and volunteer, and guess what, when you volunteer to do a task that you're not even used to doing, trust me, you will get the support, because they will appreciate the fact that you are helping them. So they will give you the support. And while you're doing that, you are learning, you're gaining experience. So she did a lot of that. And now, I'm happy to share with you, she's a deputy director. In her career line, she's now a deputy director. And on the side, she even now took the, she took up the mantle of doing a PhD. She's able to do that now because all her children, she now has, the first is graduated, the second is in medical school, and the twins are now in university. So she's free-ish. She's free-ish because even though they're at those ages, everybody needs their mother at one, but not the way they were when they were very young. So she has her time, she can fill up her time, but because she had always worked hard, taking courses. She was always being promoted. Now she's at a point where she's even now able to do a PhD, So who should advocate for women? Who should advocate? Everyone, yes, but who should be the champion advocates? It's us. We need to advocate for ourselves. Women empowerment should be advocated by women as a means of supporting other women. Of course, men too should be encouraged to empower women as a means of inclusion and giving equal opportunities. We need to advocate for ourselves. Women empowerment should be advocated. We are the ones with the experiences. So if you guys, you ladies now decide to share your experiences, I can bet you I will be able to relate to it. And because I've opportunities to the workforce at large. But these women, we are the ones, when Mimo is where she is now, she can pull the people coming up behind us, the women coming up behind us. We are the best people to say, oh, I made a mistake. Don't make this mistake. This is the best way to go about it. And that is how, we can keep helping each other. Hence, we need to take up mentoring to help other women very seriously. If you want to learn what Chidima is doing, if Wemimo wants to really know what Chidima is doing, Chidima can say to her, okay, I'll give you 25 minutes, 40 minutes daily. When I'm doing a particular task, you can come and shadow me. We'll do it together. Wemimo is learning. It's not in Wemimo's role. Wemimo is doing something completely different. But what's to say, okay, I'll give you 25 minutes, 40 minutes daily. When I'm doing a particular to travel for work or something, Wemimo can do 1 or 2 of a task. So it does even help the organization, apart from you improving your experiences and skills. So this will help other women build the confidence or self-esteem that is required. And honestly, I tell you, it's all about confidence and self-esteem. Believing in yourself and knowing who you are, where you want to be, and how quickly you want to get there. Yeah? So, and there are other events. I'm sure you've heard of WinBiz, Women in Management and Business and Public Service. I'm sure some of you might probably think it's maybe for the women in leadership. No, everyone is a leader in their own right. It depends on how you see yourself. So you can register for this for their conferences, if for nothing at all, just to even know what's going on there, what these women are doing, how they're doing it, so that when you come back to your own role, you look at your JD, you feel, yes, of course I can do this. I can even do more than this. And it will reflect in the way you carry yourself at work, the way you produce your work, your deliverables. It will show in it, because that confidence, the knowledge is there. Okay, I'm sure another thing I can say to most of us is, all of us is, please find a mentor, at least a female mentor that has walked the path that you want to walk in. It's very important. It will just help you avoid unnecessary stress, right? Unnecessary stress. And there's also, thank you, Ayo. Ayo gave me this information about the She Codes Africa. They're a non-profit organization funded by FedEx. This organization focuses on helping African women, I believe we're all African here, African women between the ages of 18, that's a typo, 18 to 45. A 12-year-old girl is still a child, I'm so sorry, to get into tech career, to get their tech career going. Now, everything we've talked about, by implementing all these strategies and initiatives, organizations can create inclusive workplaces where women have the opportunity to thrive, it can contribute to their full, help them get to their full potential and achieve their career aspirations. Who doesn't want to achieve their career aspirations here? I'm sure everyone has a career aspiration and wants to get it achieved. At this point, I want to ask, what contributions would you like to make? Do you want to share an experience? Do you want to ask a question of how you can get from A to B? Anyone, please, let's make this interactive. It is about us. And remember, I said we are the only ones that can help ourselves. The men can support. But if they don't see us running helter-skelter and doing stuff to help ourselves, they're not going to support us. So we need to help ourselves. Any contribution, any question?
What you'll learn today from younger ladies.
Oh, yes.
So having an open mind that you can really learn from anybody is very important.
Yes.
Nobody knows it all. And no matter how much of expertise a person has gathered, we all realize that there's also a younger generation who have a different way of doing things. And we are very much open to learning from people, ladies in that category too.
Thank you so much, HR. I'm so happy that this is coming from the HR. So basically, what she's saying to you is, even though she's there as the HR, you ladies know what the new innovations are, the new initiatives, what's going on out there. If you come to her, if you make a suggestion, oh, could we do this? Surely she will consider it. And being a woman and saying that, oh, this will even help these ladies to get to where they want to get to, be who they want to be, quicker, more efficiently, I'm sure she will support that. So like she said, mentoring is a two-way traffic. You learn from your mentor, and as a mentee, you can also contribute. Always see yourself as a leader in yourself. You have the power in you. You have what it takes in you. Everyone just needs that support, that push, that enabling environment. And you've made the first step. You are already in work. You are in a workplace. And you are now in SOL, you are now even in an enabling environment. The rest, I believe, my dear ladies, the rest is in your hands. Thank you. If there are no more contributions,
I think now is an appropriate time. If anybody has any question, feel free to share your question. And
It's not possible for a woman to have it all. How do I mean have it all? I mean having lots of marriage, bring your children, and be excelling in your career. Like when I mean excelling, I mean ED level. Yes. So my question is it possible for a woman?
thank you.
nice. A round of applause.
Is it going to switch here? So we have MD in the house. Yes, very welcome, sir.
We're glad you could join us. We're very honored to have your presence. But I know you have a lot to tell us. So
Okay. Elizabeth wants to know if a woman can have it all. In my personal opinion, if you're in an enabling environment, you have a partner or family support, and you have the determination, and you have everything you need, you can tick all the boxes. Why not? It may take longer, you might sleep less, but it's nothing is impossible. That's my take on that.
If I can just contribute very quickly to that.
Please.
In my opinion, nobody can have it all. So even whether male or female, nobody can. And so that's where contentment comes in. That's where ambition comes in. What you should aspire to achieve are your own goals. And if you benchmark yourself against your goals, then you can have it within your goals. Yeah. And don't compare yourself. Yeah, you can use other people as inspiration to set your own goals, but don't run other people's races. Run your own race. And so the question I would like to ask everybody today, being International Women's Day, is what is your personal dream? Because in SOL, we say that this is a place where dreams become reality. It's only a dream that you have, that you can live. If you don't have a dream, if you don't have aspirations, if you don't have things you are stretching to, then there is no point and there is no time when we'll be able to say this person has achieved what they set out to achieve. So as we commemorate today, we remind ourselves that the starting point of anything is conceiving it in your mind. So what have you conceived in your mind? What heights do you want to climb to? Where do you want to get to? Because nobody is limiting you. Nobody can limit you. Indeed, society cannot limit you, and I'll tell you why. If you have looked at every profession, for instance, if somebody is very ill and needs a surgery, and the only person that could do it is a woman, would they seek for that person or not?
Yes, they will.
So there is nothing limiting you. It's your abilities that can limit you. There are people who are in sports that they're otherwise known as male sports in the past. Women fighters, women, jet pilots, women commercial pilots. There is truly nothing today that a woman cannot do. And so anything that you aspire to achieve, you can achieve it if you put your best at it. And so the question as we celebrate today, what I would like to ask you, and you don't need to answer it here, but you should honestly answer it to yourself, is what are your dreams? Why do you want to stand out as that woman? What will separate you from other humans, not women now? Because it doesn't matter what your gender is. What are your achievements is what we are talking about. And how can you achieve if you do not conceive? So you first must have the conception of what you want to achieve and then start that journey. In SOL, we'll continue to make the opportunities available. We'll continue to support all. Even though as we celebrate Women's Today, it is supposed to be that we'll say we'll support women more. No, we'll support everybody to achieve the best of themselves, whether male or female. But today we are reminded that sometimes in the past, which is not the experience of many of you here, women were discriminated against. As you walk here today, somebody sitting next to you doing exactly the same job would have been any more than you as a man. That doesn't happen today to you, right? So there is pay equality. So you can't start fighting for what exists, right? There is no role today that you are put into because you are male or female. You are put into the role because of your skills, right? So today, again, unlike years past, ability trumps gender. Right. We have seen women referees in male tournaments. We have seen male referees in female tournaments. We have seen female coaches in male football and sports. We have seen male coaches in female. So gender is, in fact, if we want to worsen it, there are even instances where gender is even blood now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So they say he identifies as something else. So we are not going there. So what we are saying is, do not let anything limit you. You are the only person that can limit yourself.
That's right.
How far do you want to fly? How high do you want to fly? How high do you want to soar as an eagle? On today's International Women's Day, we thank you for all your work in SOL. We thank you for all your commitments. We thank you for the achievements and the journey together, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was a very insightful,
Very, very.
passage, and that leaves us all individually as something to reflect on. The ball is in our courts now, so how high you want to fly.
Yes.
The sky is open, is for yours to explore, and really, if you can conceive it,
You can do
achieve
it. Yes.
So once again, happy International Women's Day to everyone.
Please celebrate yourselves. Thank you to all the ladies online. Thank you.
Thank you to all our viewers online. Thank you to everyone here, and enjoy your day. And go out there, succeed, believe in yourself, conceive your dreams, and achieve them.
Thank you.
Sorry, before you leave, just give a minute. I think there's one more thing on our events or our agenda. So,
Where's what's her name? The lady that did this, what's her name? Motupe. Okay. Because it's falling out now. It's Motupe.
Here's something that screams commitment. The SOL Bursary. The SOL Bursary is an annual initiative fueling educational pursuit and continuous learning for growth. We are investing in our non-graduate level staff in a way that helps them to continue their academic programs while earning a living. Are you a graduate? Don't worry, we will walk with you in your professional journey. To qualify, spend at least a year with SOL, share your achievements, and get that supervisor's nod of approval. It's simple. We want you to grow. A portion of tuition to help you fulfill your career and professional dreams. SOL Bursary, where educational dreams meet unwavering support. In commemoration of this year's International Women's Day, SOL Media shines the light on 3 exceptional women who have ascended to the pinnacles of their industries. First on our journey is Mrs. Fiona Ahinye, FCS, a trailblazer in investment banking industry.
Women have been excluded for so long that we've actually kind of gotten used to it, and it just kind of comes out in every sector where it's predominantly male-dominated.
Yola Adekoya, FCS, a shining light with almost 2 decades of expertise in the financial services industry.
The role of women in the workplace cannot be underestimated. Women bring a certain distinct, unique quality, and they drive excellence in any role that they're given.
Mrs. Elizabeth A.B., FCS, a pioneer in the dynamic world of finance and corporate leadership.
I started work as a youth copper with Chase Merchant Bank of Old, working in the corporate finance department. And we were always involved in taking corporates to the capital market for listing. And then we get to the stock exchange and they will tell me, I cannot be a broker. My question is why? Because they are not admitting ladies as stockbrokers.
In the financial services industry, it does appear to be that there are not enough women as represented as there are men, especially in the executive and senior management levels.
It's actually very hard breaking into that industry. I recall the very first time I went to the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. There is this very senior doyen. He comes in and my booth or my table is right at the entrance and he goes, "Gentlemen, look at this beautiful lady. Is she not beautiful?" I mean, for them, all they saw was a beautiful young girl on the floor versus a professional who was trying to form a career in stockbroking.
But one of the things I realized that I needed to work on is really with networking at the executive management level. It's something that women don't do enough of. We just assume that our skills are going to take us there.
A lot of people believe that the men are the first hand to go to when there is an opening and there is an opportunity.
All these stereotypes that women, can't do this, can't do that. Women are distraction.
So I think those stereotypes need to be taken out and enable women to take on more roles in the workplace.
When you exclude a woman across various levels in any workplace, what you have done is you have minimized the opportunity for that business to succeed.
The diversity that women bring into the workplace is something that men do not have. When in the workplace you're analyzing a situation or you're looking at a project, men look at, the hardcore numbers, logic and everything. But a woman always comes with a sixth sense.
Women are in the forefront of life, and if you exclude them, then that means that a large percentage of your life is being excluded.
At Strategic Outsourcing Limited, we passionately embrace the power of diversity and inclusivity. This International Women's Day, we declare, give her seed and be ready for a harvest. She is strong, she is productive, and she has capacity to deliver. So, she must be included.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day, everyone.